Can you believe it's just 150 days until the US presidential election? 5 months to go. I mean, it's Trump was elected obviously in 2016, November 2016, and he's coming up to the 4th anniversary of his what was an astonishing victory, a victory which the Democrats never expected, the American media didn't expect it, and it's a victory which has shaken the global institutions to the core. Trump has been a very effective opponent of the globalist agenda. He's challenged the globalist institutions and he's undermined public faith in them. He's exposed their ideology of nation destruction. This is what globalism is about. It's about the destruction of our nation states. It's about the breakup of our demographic makeup. You know, the native populations are being dispossessed and replaced through mass immigration. And it's an horrific agenda, globalization. It's giving power to these global institutions like the United Nations, like the World Bank, like the European Union, to dictate to us, the people, how we should live, what should be the makeup of our society, what should be the priorities, where our money is spent, our resources are used. It's taken away our democracy. It's taken away accountability. Now, we've left the European Union. We've voted to leave the European Union. And is our government acting now as an independent government? We've seen these boats coming in from France. These Iranians getting on these rafts and coming over to Dover. And it's literally reaching 1,000 a week at the moment. That's 52,000 people a year. This is an invasion of Britain, you know, by these immigrants. And we're seeing the French Navy escorting them to the middle of the channel, and then the British Navy are escorting them into port. And there's people waiting for them, officials, to welcome them and show them how to claim social security, make sure they've got accommodation, make sure the children who are with them go straight into education. Something's going on there. This is organised. We're being deceived. It's as if the United Nations and the European Union are still in control of this nation because our government is not asserting itself. That's what is so significant about Trump. He asserts himself. When Soros organised and financed these massive caravans going through Mexico into the United States of people, thousands of Central American people, Trump said, no, we're going to stop them. And he did stop them. He asserted American sovereignty. What, is Boris Johnson and the Conservative government going to be a patriotic government which stands up for this nation and the people of this nation? Or is it going to carry on being, like Theresa May was, just a puppet for the globalist elite, destroying our country, destroying our way of life? I mean, we voted for Brexit. 17.5 million people voted to leave the European Union. We've elected the Tories now in 4 consecutive general elections, and they've just received a massive majority of 80 seats in the last one. We've given them real power because we want them to address this issue of immigration and the loss of sovereignty. And in the campaigns, they promised to do this. But once they've acquired power, they've turned a blind eye. You know, they've carried on serving the globalist elite, and we've had enough of it. And this is why this election in November in America is so crucial, because there's only one man really who can overthrow the globalist agenda, Agenda 21, the United Nations takeover of the world and the destruction of the nation states. There's only one man left now who has the power and the prestige and the ability to stop this agenda, and that's the President of the United States. And we need Donald Trump to win that election. Now, he was more than shoe-in. The American economy was rocking. He had a lot of support, and his rallies were fantastic, and he was mobilising his constituency towards victory. And then this coronavirus struck. Now, is there a conspiratorial theory behind the coronavirus? Was it released by China to undermine the American economy and Trump's position? Unlikely, but possibly. You never know with the Chinese. You can't trust communist parties. China is run by the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party. It's accountable to nobody. It's not transparent. Nobody understands what its motives are or what it's doing. It's a danger to the whole world, and this coronavirus has been an example of that. But thankfully, it's now in full-scale retreat, the coronavirus. I mean, they're just saying in London the past 48 hours nobody's died. The hospitals are empty now, and it's time to go back to work and get our economies rocking again. But in America, the Democrats are doing everything they can to slow down this process of getting the economies moving again. They're carrying on the lockdowns in so many different American states, the likes of Oregon and Michigan. And you've got these over-assertive female Democratic governors who are acting like dictators, and they're irritating everybody in America. Now, yeah, Trump's momentum towards victory has been thrown out by this coronavirus, but I still think he's in a very strong position to win. I mean, Biden is an incredibly weak candidate that the Democrats have chosen. Not only is he prone to gaffes, it's obvious he's got progressing dementia. He is not capable of being a president of the United States. He's been hiding in his basement now for over 2 months. He hasn't got the strength to lead a country like the United States. He's very weak. And if the campaign trail opens up again and he has to go head to head with Trump in a debate, he'll be shown to be very weak and very vulnerable. And so, but the thing is, the Democrats have got an incredible electoral machine, and they're going to maximise that to get their constituency out and try and defeat Trump. It's going to be a nail-biting election. The next 150 days are going to be very dramatic, but Trump's a fighter. He never gives up, and he will go on the attack. He will expose Biden, he will expose the Chinese Communist Party, he will expose the Democrats, and he'll fight tooth and nail to win that presidential election. And if he does win it, the globalists are rattled. Their agenda will start to be impeded and reversed. And we can see that the nationalists in Europe, the Salvinis, the Abascals, the AfD, they can get hope from this again, and we can go forth and get the nationalist agenda back on course, because that's the hope of the world, that our nations are revived, democracy is reinvigorated, and we regain control of our borders and of our national destiny. This is what it's about, because demographically we're being replaced, and that's just got to be stopped, it's got to be reversed, and we've got to reassert our sovereignty and our control over our homelands. Trump is an American patriot. Some people are disappointed with him. They don't think he's done enough, but in the face of the opposition he has faced, thinking about the Russian hoax and the whole deep state agenda and the media hostility, he has achieved an enormous amount. And I think we can support him with great faith in this election ahead, and I'm looking forward to another victory. God grant us that for the sake of ourselves and our future generations. Thank you.